Hi everyone, this is Chandra with C. Diane Designs and wanted to talk with you today about guarding your heart and your mind. And I'm sure you've heard this plenty of times and seen plenty of quotes and memes regarding this issue, but especially now, the past year and a half, we've been quarantined, locked down, shut down, whatever you want to call it. But we've had a lot of challenges mentally, physically, spiritually to deal with. So, from my experience, guarding your heart and your mind are important now more than ever. So, let's talk about it. What does it mean to guard your heart and your mind? Well, guarding your heart would be concerned with the company that you keep, the people that you allow to get close to you. If we've had any experience in friendships and relationships, we realize there are several different types of people out there. We like to believe that most people have good intentions, and I think they do. But every once in a while, you're going to run into people who are what I'd call schemers, liars, and fakes. Now, schemers will never have your best intentions at heart. They're always running game. They're always looking for angles to dominate you, to use you, to fool you, to make a fool of you. And the same goes with liars. Liars just want what they want when they want it. So they'll say whatever they need to say to get you to comply, to believe in them, to like them, to love them. And then there's also fakes. I mean, there are a lot of fake people out there. They want you to make them look good by keeping company with them, or they want you to believe that they're better, nicer, kinder than they actually are, just to keep an edge. So we have to guard ourselves against those types of people. And most of the time, most of the time, we're savvy enough to do it. We know when we're being played, and we take steps to get away from that in terms of cutting off contact with people, minimizing contact. But sometimes you have to look a little closer at the company you keep. If you ever, whether it's a family member or a friend or a colleague, if there's something in you that's telling you something's not right about something that someone has said to you or the way they make you feel when you're around them, you might be dealing with a schemer, a liar, or a fake. And the most important step is to realize what's happening, and to decide how far you want things to go. You might see the association as harmless, and it may very well be, but there are times when we fall vulnerable. We need help. We need companionship. We need friendship. We need answers. We need resources, and that's when the danger lies in dealing with schemers, liars, and fakes. So just sometimes take a step back, observe your surroundings, reflect on conversations or interactions, and take appropriate steps. That appropriate step could be to stop talking, stop telling people when you're talking to them about yourself. It's perfectly fine to withhold personal information if you think someone's going to try to use it against you later. So protect your personal life, protect your personal information, keep conversations to a minimum. Our mouths are often what get us into trouble. So be mindful of your words and your actions whenever you're around people that you're not quite sure that you can trust. Now, guarding your mind is also vitally important. If you're like me, I spend a lot of time. Actually, I watch a lot of movies because what I do creatively, I really like having something on in the background. I like to have something to listen to besides what's going on in my own head. So I like having movies on. I'm not always paying 100% attention. There are certain shows I like to watch. And also on YouTube, there are certain people I like to listen to for advice, to learn how to do things, just to talk about hear their comments on current events. And over a period of time, you start to realize that some of this information that I'm absorbing is not necessarily the best thing for my mind. So as you go about your entertainment life, as you go about your learning life, be careful of what you absorb. Um, I've had to start getting away from more, violent type of movies. Not that I consumed a lot of it, but once I became more aware of what I was consuming, I've backed off of watching movies that contain a lot of violence. Um, some people that are, you know, say on YouTube talking about current events, it's good to hear other people's takes on current events to confirm your own thoughts, your own biases, and then other times you realize, okay, this person is contradicting my beliefs, or what they're saying is way out there, whatever, just always think about what you're consuming. And in both in entertainment and in the news, we all, most of us already know that your primetime news is filled with doom and gloom. So you want to avoid even that as much as possible. Take what you need and leave the rest. So, there are plenty of benefits of guarding your heart and your mind. And there are also some challenges that go along with that. In a workplace setting, in a family setting, when it comes to getting away from people who tend to scheme a lot, lie a lot, and are fake, can be challenging because your work or your life may be intertwined with people that may be difficult to get away from, or to minimize their effect on your life. So it all starts in our own minds. As I said before, minimize contact, mind your words, make sure you're not talking too much yourself. Protect your environment any way that you can. With the same with colleagues. Keep it business as usual. Keep your schedule tight so that if you find someone that is trying to monopolize your time or dominate your schedule, you have your own schedule to fall back on. And that's what work life is all about. You're there to do work, not to be schemed on by anyone. And the other thing is, we have to realize and observe that there may be times that, we're the schemers, or we can be not totally honest with ourselves or with other people. And that's something you want to try to work on. If that's a problem for you, or if you've done it in the past, reflect on what you've done and how you can improve on it. Sometimes we get into environments where certain types of behavior are acceptable and we fall in line when that's not necessarily the best you have to offer or the best thing to do. So as we approach and go through the end of the year, we'll be spending more time with family and colleagues and in different situations. And the best thing you can do is prepare yourself. Prepare yourself to guard your heart and your mind. And then also there's some of us who will be spending time alone. And although that can make us feel, a certain way, it's perfectly fine. to spend time alone. If the quality of your company or lack of doesn't facilitate an environment that will be healthy for you, mentally or physically, it's perfectly fine to spend time by yourself. There's so many things you can do. You can rest. You can make yourself a good meal. You can start to imagine the kind of life in terms of friendships and colleagues that you want in your life. So take heart, whatever you do. You know, be strong. This is can be a difficult time of year. It's darker. There's more pressure to be involved in activities, but just make sure that they are healthy for you in the long run and even in the short run. So that's all I wanted to say. Um, Enjoy your time this year. Take care of yourself. Take care.